This is the Republican plot, and it has been for decades, to destroy our Social Security system at the behest of billionaires like Elon Musk and others on Wall Street.
Hands off our Social Security. Welcome back. Alex Lawson is on the line with us, the president of Social Security Works, just by coincidence right now. SocialSecurityWorks.org. Hey, Alex, every Republican on the Senate Finance Committee voted to continue the Doge destruction, or Doge or dodgy destruction of Social Security. Seriously?
Yeah, it was it's not surprising because this is their plan, right? It's obviously Elon Musk is doing the dirty work, but the Republicans have spent decades. You can go actually back to Alf Landon, who ran against FDR
90 years ago.
Created 90 years ago, exactly. This is the Republican plan, so it's really no surprise that. Along party lines, all of the Republicans voted to Senate confirm Frank Bisignano, who has said that he is Elon Musk's guy. He's a Doge guy. He's going to continue the destruction of Social Security through destroying the Social Security Administration. A lot of that focus is on the technology, the information, the systems, and annihilating those so that people don't get their checks, and then privatizing it along one path. Kneecap the mailman, complain that the mail is late, and then you just so happen to have a cousin who's in the private mail delivery service. He'll charge 3 times as much and deliver a quarter of the results. That's Frank Bisignano. He's literally a billionaire monopolist who owns a payment processing company. Or runs a payment processing company that really could be central to a privatization scheme. Same time, they just want to destroy people's love and faith and confidence in Social Security so that they can get some extraordinary powers to just reach in and steal our benefits with only 51 votes instead of 60 votes. So it's a dual track attack that we're seeing on Social Security, and every Republican in Senate Finance just voted to continue that attack because it is congressional Republicans are part of this, right? It's not Elon Musk. It's not, somebody else over there. This is the Republican plot, and it has been for decades, to destroy our Social Security system at the behest of billionaires like Elon Musk and others on Wall Street. But just, don't be confused. It's the Republicans who are doing this. And all the Democrats voted against confirming him because I will say there is a real burgeoning understanding on the Hill amongst all the Democrats that the only way to fight in this administration is to stand fully united against all of the attacks that are being thrown at the American people by Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and the congressional Republicans.
Amazing. So, Alex, I understand that the latest that I've heard out of the Doge teenagers who are running amok inside the Social Security Administration, in addition to firing 7,000 workers and shutting down field offices, they say they're replacing the old COBOL programming, the common something business language, and COBOL works just fine. I mean, there's lots of systems that are still running on COBOL, even though it dates back to the 60s. They want to replace, because it's specifically written for business operations, for check writing and things. They want to replace that with a more modern code set, I guess. And they're going to do this very quickly. Typically, that's a kind of a process that would take years. I smell a rat. What say you?
It's worse than a rat. I don't know what metaphor I'd use, Tom, but you're totally right. It's fascinating. I've become a amateur expert on COBOL, and basically the entire global financial system is built on the foundation of this very, very old system built with taxpayer money. It's DOD, not surprisingly. And the thing about COBOL is you get the same story over and over again. all throughout the banking system as well, where people come in and they're like, we got to redo this system. And then they look into it and they're like, we can't. It's actually impossible. It's too integrated into everything. And there's not enough people who actually still learn this language. And so they end up just building on top of COBOL. That's exactly what it's like at the Social Security Administration. And what these, their stupidity, the Doge goons, is only beaten by their arrogance, Tom. So they're saying, and I think they know that they're going to crash the system by doing this. So I think it's a little bit of both. But they're saying that they're going to use AI to go into the system and just redo the whole thing all the way down to the foundation level of COBOL. And what we've been warning, because we've been warned by the people who know this stuff. So the information and technology section of Social Security Administration was the one that they hit the hardest, and they just keep taking their chainsaw to it. So they've lost 400 people, the most of any of the areas, and the people who are left were denied privileges to see what is going on, and basically sort of locked out of their systems while
they locked the Social Security programmers out of the Social Security program?
Exactly.
Holy crap.
Basically, they know that the workers, the dedicated workers at the Social Security Administration, these are public servants. They take an oath to the Constitution to protect and defend it against all enemies, foreign and domestic, just like all public servants do. These Doge kids didn't. I think they're the ones mentioned, right? Those are the domestic enemies.
Yeah.
So they don't want people seeing what's going on. But what we're hearing, Tom, and it's very scary. So they're saying, okay, as the coding is changing, we're going to start seeing these flash failures of the stuff that's built on top of COBOL. And that's like people not being able to go to the website. Now we have 16 cases, I think it is, of the website being intermittently down. That's the website on the front end and on the back end. So the one that workers need to get in there. 2 days ago, SSI, which is a separate program to Social Security, but it's administered by the Social Security Administration, people went on and their entire records were gone, which you remember last time I was on, I recommended people to print out their hard copy of their Social Security record, their wage record, and how much their benefit is. Because we've been hearing, like, don't trust that these Doge kids aren't going to wreck the system. Now, throughout all of that, COBOL has been processing and sending the system the checks out because it's super stable. But what people who are much smarter than me say, Tom, is these flashing red lights, as the Doge kids dig deeper into the system, when they hit COBOL, we should expect checks to not go out. That is the result of what they're doing. That will be the result of what they're doing.
Yeah. It's amazing. Alex, and of course Saturday, hands off is the theme of the protest Saturday. Hands off Social Security, hands off everything. Alex Lawson, president of SocialSecurityWorks.org. Alex, thanks so much for dropping by. It's always great to talk with you. You inform us so well. We really appreciate it.